Hey, what's up people? MD here from the Ultimate Top 10, back with another video. And in today's video, we'll be talking about the top 10 best UFC fighters of all time. Now before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell to make sure you get notified when we release new content. Don't forget to hit the like button, make sure you leave a comment. And now that we got that out the way, let's jump right into the video. Coming in at number 10 on the list, we got Matt Hughes. Matt is a former professional MMA welterweight fighter, born 1973 in Hillsborough, Illinois. He made his pro debut back in 1998, and in 1999, Hughes made his official debut into the world of UFC at UFC 22, that can only be one champion. Besides MMA, Matt was also a talented amateur wrestler in college. Outside of the ring, Hughes made several TV appearances, like being on Trophy Hunters TV and Uncaged with Matt Hughes. His many accomplishments include two-time UFC welterweight champion, UFC Hall of Fame, 5 successful title defenses, and two-time NCAA Division All-American team, just to name a few. He holds a mixed martial arts fight record of 54 fights, and of those 54 fights, he holds 45 wins and 9 losses. Matt Hughes. Coming in at number 9, we got Royce Gracie. Royce is a professional MMA welterweight fighter born 1966 in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. He currently fights out of Torrance, California. He made his pro debut back in 1993, winning 3 UFC tournaments from 1993 to 1994. He also would go on to fight in the Pride Fighting Championships at the 2000 Open Weight Grand Prix. Royce left Pride and began fighting in the K1 kickboxing circuit for a while, and he didn't make his way back into the world of UFC until 2006. 4 years later, Gracie would go into retirement, but he would also return to win at Bellator's MMA's Bellator 145. He has many accomplishments, which include 3-time UFC tournament winning champion, UFC Hall of Fame inductee, longest fight in Pride history, and longest fight in UFC history, just to name a few. He holds a mixed martial arts fight record of 20 fights, 15 wins, 2 losses, and 3 draws. Royce Gracie. And at number 8, we got BJ Penn. BJ is a professional MMA featherweight fighter born 1978 in Kailua, Hawaii. He made his professional debut back in 2001 under the Ultimate Fighting Championship at UFC 31. And not long after many fights in the UFC, he would go on to sign to the Fighting and Entertainment Group, fighting in the K1 kickboxing circuit. He made his official MMA return back in 2006 at UFC 56. He has many accomplishments, which include a 1998 silver medal, a 1999 bronze medal, and 2000 gold medal, all from winnings at the World Jiu-Jitsu Championships. He also has many UFC championships under his belt, and several awards such as Knockout of the Night, Fight of the Night, Tap Out of the Night, and Submission of the Night, just to name a few. He holds a mixed martial arts fighting record of 31 fights, and of those 31 fights, he holds 16 wins, 13 losses, and 2 draws. Mr. BJ Penn. Coming in at number 7, we got Brock Lesnar. Brock is a professional MMA heavyweight fighter and wrestler born 1977 in Webster, South Dakota. He currently fights out of Regina, Canada. He made his pro debut in UFC at UFC 77 in 2008. Outside of the UFC, Lesnar is a well-known wrestler, and he signed to WWF back in 2000, where he would grow into one of the best and become a household name worldwide to millions of fans. Outside of the ring, he's made several film appearances in movies and television shows like Foxcatcher, True Giants, Countdown, SportsCenter, and UFC Ultimate Insider, to name a few. He has many accomplishments, which include several NCAA college wrestling winnings, biggest draw and Rookie of the Year, Inside Fights for MMA, a UFC heavyweight champion, to name a few. He holds a mixed martial arts fighting record of 9 fights, which include 5 wins, 3 losses, and 1 no contest. Brock Lesnar. And coming in at number 6 on the list, we got Randy Couture. Randy is a former professional MMA light heavyweight fighter born 1963 in Everett, Washington. He made his pro debut at UFC 13 in 1997. Outside of the ring, he has made several TV appearances on shows like Hawaii Five-0, 19th season of Dancing with the Stars, and also the Scorpion King 2, to name a few. In 2013, he would go on to sign with Bellator MMA as a coach on the reality series Fight Master. His many accomplishments include several gold medals, bronze medals, and silver medals from different winnings at the Pan American Games, Pan American Championships, and 1991 World Cup. He also had great success wrestling in college at the NCAA Division I for several years. He is also a 7-time UFC champion. He also received many awards during his career like UFC Viewer's Choice Award, Fighter of the Night, First Multi-Divisional Champion, and most championship fights in UFC history, to name a few. He also holds an MMA record of 30 fights, and of those 30 fights, he holds 19 wins and 11 losses. Randy Couture. Coming in at number 5 on the list, we got Chuck Liddell. Chuck is a professional MMA light heavyweight fighter born 1969 in Santa Barbara, California. He made his pro debut back in 1998 at UFC 17. He has many accomplishments which include winnings at UFC championships, international fighting championships, International Kickboxing Federation, and World Kickboxing and Karate Association, as well as receiving several awards such as Fighter of the Night, most knockouts in UFC light heavyweight division history, Sherdog Mixed Martial Arts Hall of Fame, and many more. Besides fighting, Chuck has made many acting appearances in film and television. One notable performance will be his role in the season 9 of Dancing with the Stars. He holds a kickboxing record of 22 fights, and of those 22 fights, he holds 22 wins and 0 losses. And in his MMA career, he holds a record of 30 fights, 21 wins, and 9 losses. Ladies and gentlemen, Chuck Liddell. And coming in at number 4, we got Conor McGregor. Conor is a professional MMA welterweight fighter born 1988 in Dublin, Ireland. He made his pro debut in 2008 and would later go on to sign to the Ultimate Fighting Championships. His many accomplishments include 2 Cage Warrior Fighting Championships, 3 UFC Championships, and many awards such as Fighter of the Night, Knockout of the Night, and First Irish-born UFC Champion, just to name a few. He holds a professional boxing fight record of 1 fight, 0 wins, 1 loss, amateur record of 1 fight, 1 win, 0 losses, and an MMA record of 25 fights, and of those 25, he has 21 wins and 4 losses. Ladies and gentlemen, Conor McGregor. And coming in at number 3, we got Jon Jones. Jon is a professional MMA light heavyweight fighter born 1987 in Rochester, New York. He currently fights out of Albuquerque, New Mexico for Jackson Wink MMA Academy. He made his pro debut in 2008, later signing to the Ultimate Fighting Championship. His many accomplishments include 3 UFC championships, a USKBA light heavyweight kickboxing championship, and several awards such as longest winning streak in UFC light heavyweight division history, 2018 biggest story of the year, and a lot more. He has a mixed martial arts fight record of 25 fights, which are 23 wins, 1 loss, and 1 no contest. Ladies and gentlemen, Jon Jones. And coming in at number 2, we got George St. Pierre. George is a professional MMA welterweight fighter born 1981 in Saint Isidore, Quebec, Canada. He currently fights out of Montreal under Jackson's MMA. He started fighting in 2002 and made his Ultimate Fighting Championship debut at UFC 46. His many accomplishments include several UFC championships, several awards such as most wins in UFC title fights, most takedowns in UFC history, Sports Illustrated 2009 Fighter of the Year, as well as many others. He holds a mixed martial arts fight record of 28 fights, and of those 28 fights, 26 were wins and 2 were losses. George St. Pierre. And coming in at number 1 on the list, we got Anderson Silva. Anderson is a professional MMA fighter born 1975 in Sao Paulo, Brazil. He made his pro debut back in 1997, and by 2002 he would go on to sign with the Pride Fighting Championships, then going on to fight under the Ultimate Fighting Championship. He has many accomplishments, and of those which include winnings at Cage Rage Championships, Ultimate Fighting Championships, and many others. Throughout his career, he has also won several awards, such as the 2011 Knockout of the Year Bazzi Award, several Sherdog Awards, and also an Inside MMA 2010 Fight of the Year Award. He holds a professional boxing record of 2 fights, which include 1 win and 1 loss, as well as an MMA record of 44 fights. Of those 44, he holds 34 wins and 9 losses, including 1 no contest. Ladies and gentlemen, Anderson Silva. There you have it, people. That's the top 10 best UFC fighters of all time. Once again, MD here from the Ultimate Top 10. And before we sign off, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more upcoming content. Don't forget to hit that bell. And until next time, peace.